Hi guys, so today we're going to be looking at volume of right prism. So what a right prism is, really quickly, I've got a few examples here. So this is going to be a right prism because, so first of all, what you need to notice is that it's got a rectangle as a base, okay? And it's also got an identical rectangle as a second base. So what prisms have is two bases, and then those two bases are connected by rectangles on the sides, okay? The right angle, the right prisms, where that right comes from, is from the base and the sides. The sides and the bases all are going to be at a 90-degree angle right here, okay? So no matter where you turn it, you're going to have a 90-degree angle there, okay? Another example is this triangular prism. So I've got a triangle here that is my base, and I've got an identical triangle on the other side, okay? So two triangular bases that are connected by rectangles on the sides, okay? Again, there's a 90-degree angle right here that's connecting the base and the side right there, okay? So this is a triangular prism. Okay, so we're going to be looking at volume of prisms. Volume meaning how much can we fill up this prism with. So like with water, if I were to punch a little hole in here and I fill this up with water, how much water would I be able to fit inside of it? And that's what volume is, okay? So I'm going to also give you a link to this illustrative page right here, so that way you can kind of explore it as well. Okay, finding volume with cubes. So remember, a cube is actually a right prism, okay, but this cube is very special. It's a very special kind of prism because all of the side lengths are going to be the same for the base, the two bases, as well as the side length or the sides connecting them. All of these are the same measurements. Okay, each side. So that's what's so special about a cube. And we're going to be using cubes to find volumes of different shapes. Okay. So when you come down here, you're going to be able to rotate this. Okay. So you'll be able to kind of see what this is all about right here. Okay. But I'm going to start it. I'm going to make this just like this. Let's see. There we go. I like this. Okay. All right, what you're going to be doing, you're going to make sure that this mouse is clicked, okay? That way you'll be able to move this box, okay? How you move this cube is by using that little red dot that's right there. You're going to hold it and drag it, and you are actually just going to fill in the inside of this two-dimensional shape. Okay, you've got questions on the bottom underneath here, so that way you can it can guide you on what you're supposed to be doing. So right now it says using the face of a snack cube as your area unit. So just one face, okay? For instance, this blue face on this cube, that would be the area unit. So anytime I stamp it down into this shape, just like this, every time I do that, and I put this cube right here, it's giving me more and more bits of what the area of this two-dimensional shape is going to be, okay? So once I fill this all up, you'll be able to just count all of those cubes. Okay, perfect. So this button undoes everything you do, so make sure that you don't click that unless you really need to. Okay, so what we're looking at here, we're looking at this shape right here, and we're just going to count the area of the base of this, okay? Counting all of the cubes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So I've got 27 cubes, meaning the area of this is going to be 27 squared units, okay? It doesn't give me a unit, so I just had to say units, okay? Whatever the unit is, it is going to be squared. Remember, area is squared. So the area of this base is 27 units squared, okay? What you're going to be looking at next is using these cubes to find the volume, okay? So using these cubes to find the volume, number 3, what is the volume of your object? The volume of my object, the volume of 1 cube is just going to be 1 cubed unit, okay? Because I've got the base, which is length times width, times the height of it. The height of it is 1. So if I do 1 by 1 by 1, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 times 1 is 3. Or it's 1. Oh my goodness. So 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So therefore, 1 cube is 1 cubic unit, okay? So if I've got 27 cubes right here, I know that the area of this is 27 cubic units, okay? If I add a second layer, number 2, it says to add another layer of cubes on the top. So if I were to add, I'm not going to spend the time, I'm not going to spend the time here to add a whole nother layer of this for you. You can do that yourself. But if I were to, and how you're going to do this is actually if you click the red button, you can move this guy up 1, click it again, and then you'll be able to move it up 1 layer, click it again, so that way you can move it side to side again, okay? So if I were to fill up this whole entire thing, I want you to go onto this website, play with this. If you made a second layer, what would the volume of that new shape be? Okay, you doubled it because you've added a second layer. So what would it be? Okay. You can also play around with this right here. So looking at this, I just want to move this shape around. So I notice that this is a cube, okay? Finding the volume of this cube, you can use this chart to kind of help you fill it out. So I know that it's a prism. Yes, this is a prism. Okay, the area of the base, it already tells me the area of the base is 25 centimeters, meaning that each side length is 5 centimeters. Okay, so if the area is 25 centimeters squared, I know that the side length is 5 centimeters. Okay, the height would be 5. Therefore, the volume, I would do the area of the base times the height. So 25 times 5 would give me the volume of this cube. Okay, I'm going to do a few examples with you using these shapes right here. Okay, and notice, let's see. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to use this rectangular prism. We're going to put it right here. I'm going to measure out, I don't know why this thing is right here. You might just have to ignore it. Okay, so the volume of this, what I need to do first for volume of any rectangular prism, I need to find the area of the base times the height of the prism. Okay? Area times the height, right? So the area of this base right here, it's going to be this rectangle, right? And I'm going to actually use my graph paper to kind of help me out here. All right, so notice that my rectangle is going to look something like this. I don't want that little thing right there. Okay. Okay, so my rectangle of my prism looks like this. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 units long, and the base right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is going to be 11. Okay, the height of this now. Okay, so of course, when I find the area of this, I'm doing length times width. So 6 times 11. So the area of this is going to be 66 units squared. Okay. Now I'm looking for the height of the prism. The height of the prism is going to be the distance, basically the distance between the two bases. So I've got my base on the bottom here and the base on the top. What is the distance between them? In other words, what is the height of this side? Okay, the height of the side, I'm going to use my graph paper again to just kind of help me out here. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the height of the prism itself is, again, 11 units, okay? So the volume of this, I'm going to do volume equals 66, which is the area of the base, times the height of the prism, which is 11, okay? 66 times 11, we'll work that off onto the sign here. Okay, is 726. Therefore, the volume of this prism is going to be 726 units squared. Okay, that is this guy right here. So, whatever the unit is, 726. So, whatever this, the length of these, this graph paper, be like a millimeter or something. Okay. But that is the volume of this. That is how many units I can fill this entire prism with, okay? Same thing with a triangle. You would find the base of it times the height of the triangle, okay, to find the area of this. Base times the height of the triangle, then divided by 2. Remember, with triangles, finding the area of a triangle is a little bit different, okay? Base times the height divided by 2. And then times the height of this prism, okay, or the distance between the two bases, all right? And that is how you find your volume. If you have any questions, please let me know during my office hours.